Hi everyone, welcome back. In the previous lecture, we have seen about various Cisco certification paths and also about various types of networks that are available to us. In today's lecture, we are going to see how we are going to connect the network devices. Without any delay, let's get started. How are the devices over the network connected? How are they arranged? The network interface card is used to connect the devices over the network. The NIC card has an Ethernet port which helps to connect the other devices. The arrangement of these devices is known as the topology or network topology. The network topology defines the way of arrangement of the devices over the network. The most commonly heard topologies are bus, ring, star, mesh, and hybrid topologies. Let's discuss in detail about each of them. Coming to the bus topology, all the devices are connected to the main cable called bus. All the traffic is passed through the same bus. The main advantage of the bus is that we can easily establish and extend the topology. This is most cost-effective topology. Whereas the disadvantages are, as the number of devices increases, the efficiency reduces. The bus is not capable of handling the heavy traffic. So when there is a heavy traffic, there is more chance of collision. The security is very low because any device connected over the bus can have access to the data. When two devices wants to send the data at the same time, there is a chance of collision as bus allows only half duplex mode of communication. Coming on to the ring topology. In ring topology, adjacent devices are connected in a closed path as a circle shown in the figure. The ring is configured either clockwise or anti-clockwise. For example, if the device here wants to communicate with the device here, it has to send the data through system 2, 3 and then to 4 if the ring is configured as clockwise. Whereas if it is configured as an anti-clockwise, so system 1 can directly send the data to system 2. Coming to the advantages of ring topology, it is a very organized structure. The data flow is organized either clockwise or anti-clockwise, and the addition of any components or network devices does not affect the performance of the network. This is because each and every computer or the device over the network has equal access to the resources. Whereas the major drawbacks are the packet must pass through all the computers between the source and destination. So there is an issue of security here, and the major drawback is the network goes down even if a single PC or a single cable is damaged. So these are the major drawbacks with ring topology. The star topology, one of the most commonly used topology in nowadays. The star topology has a centralized device that takes care of forwarding data among the devices in the network. The centralized device present here is responsible for sending the information between source and destination. For example, the PC present here wants to send the data to the PC present here. It forwards to the centralized device and the centralized device takes care of sending it to the destination. The advantages. The star topology is the best performing topology, and any device can be added without disturbing the network. And the failure of a single device or a single cable does not affect the entire network. Coming to the disadvantages, the size of the network, that is number of devices that can be connected over the network, is limited by the capacity of the centralized device that is being used. For example, if you are using a switch as a centralized device and it has 24 ports on it, and your network has 25 systems, you can't connect the extra system there. So you have to go with another switch. So you have to add another centralized device and establish connection between these two centralized devices in order to establish your network with 25 PCs when you are using 24 port switch. And if the centralized device fails, the entire network goes down. The cost of the centralized device also increases the cost of the network and also the cost of maintenance. Moving on to the mesh topology. All the devices in the mesh topology are connected with each other directly. So if you can see here, the PC located here is directly connected with all the PCs present in the network. It increases the efficiency of the network, whereas along with it the data transfer rates are higher, as there are separate paths for each and every network, and it is more reliable because there is no chance of data loss and there are multiple redundant links. And the best advantage with the mesh topology is that it can support high traffic requirements of the user. In a scenario where there are 100 PCs or 100 devices that are to be connected over the network, it is very difficult to establish mesh topology, and it is even difficult to maintain it, and also increases the cost. If there are 100 PCs in your network, so each and every PC has to be connected with 99 other PCs. Hence it is very difficult to connect all the PCs using a single cable. Hence we have to establish multiple paths between all the PCs. This increases the complexity of the network. All the topologies have advantages and disadvantages, hence they cannot be implemented in the real time because the network should never go down. Hence we use hybrid topologies here, and it is formed by combination of any basic topologies like either a bus and a star or a star and a ring. Here we are showing a network where there is a backbone cable as a bus and connected with multiple star topologies. So hybrid topology can be formed in any way according to the requirement and making sure that the network is not down at any given point of time. As the topology is the combination of different topologies, it has some merits and demerits that are dependent on the topologies with which it is formed. So if you're combining a star and a bus, so the topology overcomes few drawbacks of a bus topology and also have the drawbacks present in the bus topology. As a hybrid topology is the combination of different topologies, the advantages and disadvantages of the hybrid topology are dependent on the topologies with which it is formed on and the way we are connecting them. So this is in brief about the topologies. In our next lecture, let's see about the cables that are helpful to connect the devices over the network and how they are used to connect the devices. Thanks for joining me. Meet you in the next lecture.